This Liverpool family is something special because the outpouring of tributes and the outpouring of emotion to the absolutely tragic, heartbreaking, devastating loss of Diogo Jota's life so young has been really beautiful and emotional to watch, and I wanted to make a follow-up video. This is not monetized as well, just like yesterday's video, because there has been some confusion in the Liverpool fan base, because Liverpool FC, the football club, posted that the number 20 will be rightly immortalized for his contributions, for Jota's contributions as part of Liverpool's 20th league title, with his trademark shimmy and strike in the Merseyside derby being Jota's last goal. That was a poignant last goal of his life, and some Liverpool fans interpreted this as Liverpool retiring the number 20 shirt, but I don't think that's the case. What I think is the case is Liverpool Football Club won't give the number 20 shirt to anyone for the next 10, 20, 30 years, maybe a few decades, we don't know, but there is no confirmation. I think Liverpool are right in not making rash decisions right now, because this is a very emotional time. And Jota said that he has been chasing this Premier League title for a lot of years, and for me, where I dreamed to play as a kid in the Premier League, it's a moment I will cherish together. And it's so tragic that Jota had the best months of his life, won the Premier League title, which has been a lifelong dream of his as a kid. He watched the Premier League as a kid and he wanted to play in the Premier League. He never thought that he could have a chance to play for a huge club like Liverpool and to win the title. As a kid, he just dreamed of playing in the Premier League. He won the Premier League, then he won the Nations League with his country Portugal for the second time, and then he married his childhood sweetheart Ruth Cardoso, I think it's her name, and she must be absolutely devastated, and I hope that Liverpool Football Club will help her in any way possible. By the way, thank you so much for your awesome, very emotional comments on yesterday's video. I read all of them. Maybe awesome is not the best word to describe your comments, but it really made me emotional, and I truly appreciate every single one of you guys who left a comment. And if you want, just express your emotions in the comments of today's video as well. And Diogo Jota went on to say, "It is a remarkable achievement for a small guy that came from Gondomar, where I had this dream. To arrive at this moment was outstanding." And it makes me kind of happy and sad at the same time that Jota had the best few months of his life before this absolutely tragic, heartbreaking accident. And in this video I will give you guys all the best tributes that I could find from journalists, from players, from Arne Slot, from Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes, and even from the FSG, the Liverpool owners. They gave some really emotional, heartbreaking, but beautiful tributes to Diogo Jota, which I want to show you to you guys. But Jota had the best few months of his life. He got married to his childhood sweetheart Ruth. They have been together for 13 years, and they fell in love when they were little kids. I mean, not little kids, but kids, teenagers. And Jota wasn't famous back then. Jota wasn't a rich footballer back then, and their love lasted for more than half of, or almost half of their lives. And they got married after having 3 beautiful children, just 10 days or 11 days before this tragic accident. That's what breaks my heart even more. I can't imagine what his wife is going through. But Jota will be forever remembered by millions of Liverpool fans and millions of football fans around the world. And this tragic accident immortalizes Jota in Liverpool's history, and we will forever remember Diogo Jota as an absolute legend, but more importantly, a pure soul, a beautiful human being who always smiled, who always lifted other people up. And that's why this loss is so heartbreaking. Because, I'm just a Liverpool fan, and I've been watching Jota for 5 years play for Liverpool, and it felt like I lost a family member. It felt like I lost a close family member, and the grief the overwhelming emotions. You could see in yesterday's video that it made me cry. It's absolutely heartbreaking. And I think this will be tough to read some of these tributes and comments from the, Liverpool players, and Arne Slot in particular said, but I will try to get through this, and I will try to give you guys, these beautiful tributes to Diogo Jota, because I think he deserves it. He deserves to be remembered, and he deserves to have these beautiful tributes said about him, because he's an absolute legend, and more importantly, a beautiful soul, a great human being that we lost. And the world is poorer because of Diogo Jota and his brother. Don't forget about his brother, André Silva. May he rest in peace as well, passing away. Arne Slot said, what to say? What can anyone say at a time like this, when the shock and the pain is so incredibly raw? I wish I had the words, but I know I do not. All I have are feelings that I know so many people will share about the person and the player we loved dearly, and the family we care so much about. My first thoughts are not those of a football manager. They are of a father, a son, a brother, and an uncle, and they belong to the family of Diogo and André Silva, who have experienced such an unimaginable loss. My message to them is very clear. You will never walk alone. The players, the staff, the supporters of Liverpool Football Club are all with you. And from what I have seen today, the same can be said of the wider family of football. This is not solely a response to tragedy. It is also a reaction to the goodness of the people involved and the respect that so many have for the boys as individuals and for the family as a whole. For us as a club, the sense of shock is absolute. Diogo was not just our player, he was a loved one to all of us. He was a teammate, a colleague, a workmate, and in all of those roles, he was very special. I could say so much about what he brought to our team, but the truth is, everyone who watched Diogo play could see it. Hard work, desire, commitment, great quality, goals, the essence of what a Liverpool player should be. There were also the parts that not everyone got to see. The person who never sought popularity but found it anyway. Not a friend to just two people, a friend to everyone. Someone who made others feel good about themselves just by being with them. A person who cared deeply for his family. The last time we spoke, I congratulated Diogo on winning the Nations League and wished him luck for his forthcoming wedding. In many ways, it was a dream summer for Diogo and his family, which makes it all the more heartbreaking that it should end like this. When I first came to the club, one of the first songs I got to know was the one that our fans sing for Diogo. I had not worked with him previously, but I knew straight away that if the Liverpool supporters, who have seen so many great players over the years, had such a unique chant for Diogo, he must have special qualities. That we have lost those qualities in such terrible circumstances is something that we have not yet come to terms with. For this reason, we need everyone at the club to stand together and to be there for one another. We owe this to Diogo, to André Silva, and to the wider family and to ourselves. My condolences go to Diogo's wife, Ruth, their 3 beautiful children, and to the parents of Diogo and André Silva. When the time is right, we will celebrate Diogo Jota. We will remember his goals, we will sing his song, but for the time being, we remember him as a unique human being and mourn his loss. He will never be forgotten. His name is Diogo. Oh my goodness, that's absolutely beautiful and heartbreaking. Well done to Arne Slot. And you could see that it is himself who wrote this, because he also has a very genuine heart and personality. And I think we are blessed to have a manager like Arne Slot at Liverpool. And already he had to deal with some really tough tragedies, like the car driving into people at the Liverpool parade. And now Diogo Jota passing away is just an absolutely brutal tragedy to deal with. And it will be very tough for Arne Slot to navigate these next few months and the start of the season, because nobody is thinking about football at the moment, really, at Liverpool, and rightfully so. Statement from Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes, I also want to read it to you guys. There is nothing that we can say in this moment to ease the pain of such a devastating tragedy. We all feel utterly bereft right now. In such heartbreaking circumstances, it is our responsibility to acknowledge the collective grief we are experiencing, to pay tribute to our Diogo, and to offer unwavering support to his whole family, who remain our absolute priority at this time. Diogo's wife Ruth, their 3 beautiful children, his parents, and wider family are facing an unimaginable loss. This tragic accident has taken not only Diogo but also his brother André Silva. We mourn them both equally. We must respect the family's privacy and give them space to grieve in whichever way they need. Of course, we, his Liverpool family, are also struggling to come to terms with what has happened. As his teammates, friends and colleagues, we are consumed by shock and sorrow. We know our supporters, his national team, former clubs, teammates and the wider football community share in this grief. This is a tragedy that transcends Liverpool Football Club. In the coming days, we as a club will look to honour our beloved number 20 with the respect and affection he so richly deserves. We will strive to make these tributes meaningful and inclusive of our supporters, to whom Diogo meant so much. For now, we express a love that is filled with deep sorrow and pain, and we have lost someone truly irreplaceable. And my heart goes out to his whole family and friends and everybody affected by this unimaginable, heartbreaking tragedy. My condolences go out to everyone affected by this. And it has been emotional and heartwarming to see the whole football community come together and pay tributes to Diogo Jota and send their condolences. Almost every football club around the world posted, their tribute to Jota, and that was emotional, heartbreaking, but heartwarming to see as well. And now the statement from Billy Hogan, John Henry, Tom Werner, Mike Gordon, the chiefs at FSG. On behalf of the leadership teams at Liverpool Football Club and FSG, we offer our sincere and heartfelt condolences to the family and friends of our number 20, Diogo Jota, and his brother André Silva. This tragic situation and the reality of it is truly shocking, devastating, and has left us numb with grief. We therefore cannot imagine how the immediate and wider family of these remarkable brothers must be feeling. Our thoughts and prayers and support are with them all. We all know what Diogo could do on the field of play and the vital role he played in our successes since he joined this club in 2020, how he quickly became a firm fan favourite, and his song reverberated around Anfield and in stadiums across the world. So many special moments, so many special memories, but beyond the player that we all knew, was a wonderfully humble human being. He was sincere, intelligent, funny, tough, and created connections with people everywhere he went. He had a zest for life that was utterly contagious. Diogo was a loving father, son, husband and brother, and we and everyone who knew him will miss him deeply, and we all try and process the enormity of today. Rest in peace, Diogo and Andre, you will never walk alone. Oh my, that is another beautiful, heartbreaking tribute. Well done to these guys. And also, there has been more details coming out about this tragic accident. And it makes it even more heartbreaking and heart-wrenching that Diogo Jota was just coming home. He was just driving home to Liverpool. And you might ask, why wasn't he traveling by plane? So CNN's Portugal sports editor Louis Laura said that the surgery that Jota had was lung surgery, and he had an injury in autumn, in like October or November, when he missed 2 months because of maybe a broken ribs or something like that. So he had to have a lung surgery, and he was advised not to fly by plane following this. He was on his way to the northern Spanish port city of Santander to cross by ferry over to the UK and to reach the UK that way and carry on with the car once he reached Great Britain. He was on his way to Liverpool with his brother, which makes this an even more heartbreaking tragedy, that he was just trying to come home with his brother to Liverpool. And that is absolutely incredible, how heartbreaking to know this. Another journalist, Victor Pinto, said Diogo Jota sometimes chose to travel by road because he had some pulmonary discomfort. Nothing serious, as we know. There is a ferry boat that connects the south of England to Spain, and he was just trying to ferry back to England. I'm devastated to hear this, honestly, guys. Just unbelievable. 1 second, one moment, and Diogo Jota and his brother lost their lives, and we will remember and honor them forever and their memories forever. Andy Robertson also posted one of the most heartfelt tributes to Diogo Jota on his Instagram. The ones I'm thinking about most right now are the family. Their loss is too much to bear. I'm so sorry that they have lost two precious souls, Diogo and André. For the team and the club, we will try to cope with this together, however long that takes. For me, I want to talk about my mate, my buddy, the bloke I loved and will miss like crazy. I could talk about him as a player for hours, but none of that feels like it matters right now. It's the man, the person. He was such a good guy. The best, so genuine, just normal and real. Full of love for the people he cared about, full of fun. He was the most British foreign player I've ever met. We used to joke he was really Irish. I would like to claim him as Scottish, obviously. I even called him Diogo Jota. My goodness, that's funny. Well, Andy Robertson is always a funny guy, and he even could find a joke in such terrible times. And sometimes you have to joke in these circumstances just to get through the immense pain. Because you can't spend all day like crying, because that is just devastating. We would watch the darts together, Robertson said. Enjoy the horse racing. Going to Cheltenham this season was a highlight, one of the best we had. The last time I saw him was the happiest day of his life, his wedding day. I want to remember his never ceasing smile from that magical day. How much he was bursting with love for his wife and family. I can't believe we are saying goodbye. It's too soon and it hurts so much, but thank you for being in my life, mate, and for making it better. Love you, Diogo. That is an absolutely beautiful, heartfelt tribute by Andy Robertson, and you could feel and read between the lines how much Andy Robertson valued Diogo Jota as a friend and how much he enjoyed spending time with him. And Liverpool also opened a book of condolences in honor of Diogo Jota and brother André, and they put physical books in the Anfield Road reception area where you can see the opening times, and if you live in and around Liverpool you can go there and write in this book. And of course I signed the online book of condolence for Diogo Jota. I left my condolences and my feelings about Diogo Jota. The Portuguese account said that the sudden and heartbreaking passing of Diogo Jota has left a scar across the heart of Liverpool and far beyond. The news hit us all for six, not only Liverpool supporters but the wider footballing world. 1 minute Jota was a hero on the pitch, lifting the Premier League title, and the next minute he was gone. A husband, a brother, a son, a champion, taken far, far too soon. On days like this, football becomes irrelevant. It's about the amazing man that he was. It's about the grief shared by millions who never met the man, and who felt like they knew him. For those of us who followed Liverpool, who sang his song at every game, this cuts deep. It's a moment to stop, to reflect, and give thanks for a player who gave so much and left behind a legacy that will live on for as long as the club still roars. As long as Liverpool Football Club exists, Jota's legacy, Jota's legend, Jota's memory will live on. In our hearts, in our minds, and in the history books of Liverpool Football Club. There's something about this city that knows how to grieve with grace. We have seen loss, we have felt heartbreak, we know what it means to come together in pain. That's why in moments like this, the Liverpool community becomes more than a fan base. It becomes family. In the coming days there will be tributes, flowers laid at Anfield, scarves tied to gates, songs sung louder than ever. And I'm sure the club will go further. But that can wait. Today is all about remembering Diogo and keeping his family and friends in our hearts through this terrible time. Rest in peace, Diogo. You will never walk alone. Absolutely crazy. I can't believe still that this is real. I thought I will wake up today and this is all just a bad dream or a nightmare that you can wake up from. But Diogo Jota and André Silva is no longer with us, and my heartfelt condolences go out to all his family and friends and everybody, to you guys, the Liverpool family, because it feels like we lost a family member. And this will take a long time to recover from. But we will remember Diogo Jota and André Silva forever. And Diogo Jota will be forever in the history books of Liverpool Football Club as a legend, and his legacy will forever live with us. May you rest in peace, Diogo Jota. And stay strong, guys, and hug your loved ones. That's my final message, because don't take life for granted. Every day that you wake up alive is a blessing, a gift that you should never take for granted, because life is so fragile and it can be taken away in a single moment. Stay strong, guys, and you will never walk alone.